Questioning masculinity is scary. Questioning masculinity might make you feel insecure about things you previously felt privileged not to have to think about before. I think that that masculinity in particular is a very tight, confining box, and that a real man is tough, doesn't express his emotions, he can fight, and that he is assumed to be straight, and he is assumed to, wear masculine wear. This notion of what is a man, what is a good man, and initially our precepts, our concepts and assumptions are rooted in ideas of strength. The toxic masculinity box was actually just a part of a larger spectrum of emotions that male role models in his life expressed, things like humility, things like generosity, things like caretaking, and all these things are things that men already do in our communities, in our lives. I wasn't interested in femininity as I am a woman. I've never really been interested in claiming that identity. I've been much more interested in working on and against, my own body and my own emotional toolbox, and connecting with other people in androgynous ways, in ways where there is femininity and there is masculinity that's sort of layered over each other, and sort of like what's going on, like when someone is reading this and is sort of like, oh, that person has a masculine face, but they're wearing, eyeshadow, or they have dyed hair, and that kind of creeps people out. People get sort of freaked out when they don't know, what's going on, and I kind of love that slippery magic of, being different. For me, nightlife is a very important space for creative self-expression and communal bond-making. It's a world of access. It's a world of camaraderie and permission and possibility, where I can experiment in an environment where other people are also experimenting with sort of a future form, I like to think of it. And that helps me ground my own body in the sense of a blank canvas of possibility. Reading has always been a really important way for me to engage meaningfully with the world. Reading books, they gave me a vocabulary for articulating the way I was experiencing my body in time and space. Made me feel, oh, there are other people who are like this. There are other people who feel the way I do, who are reworking the fabric of their identities. All of those things give me a sense of possibility and experimentation. I remember when I first arrived in Chicago and I was first trying on different, dresses from thrift stores and different kinds of clothing on my body. More skin revealing dress, I felt very vulnerable and was like, will I feel safe going out and about on the street? Will people perceive me as, a man wearing a dress? And if we applaud those things and celebrate those things as masculine, as good things, I think it's really important that we celebrate non-toxic forms of masculinity and creative forms of gender expression in our communities and in our immediate surroundings. All of those things are problematic. I think that it would be better for more people to feel a sense of possibility, a sense of, I don't have to fit in this tiny box to be validated in my existence, that I can cry and express myself emotionally to other people, and that wouldn't, make people say, oh, boys don't cry, or something like that. And I think men are whole, and there's a lot of emotion and fragility that is, afraid to be let out, that I want to see from men. I think that the fact that there's a limited role of what is allowed from cis straight men that endangers the world, that pollute the world, or adversely affect other people's bodily autonomy. For that, I think that we should have a masculine culture of calling each other out and not being threatened by that, but actually holding each other accountable. I think that I'm more interested in having real, deep connections with people. But thinking more expansively and imaginatively and compassionately about your positionality in relation to other people around you. Not taking up as much space in public space, for instance, not manspreading on a bus, not speaking over other people in a conversation. Those ways of undoing and questioning your own masculine privileges and checking yourself help you connect more with other people, make other people feel safer to express themselves around you.